Ordering fractions is the heading which you have plenty of time to make by now. And yesterday we just looked at the idea of what a fraction was. We also thought about the different kinds of fractions. Do you remember there were 3 kinds of fractions I was particularly interested in? What was the first one? Yeah, Jasmine. Okay, common or improper fractions, right? So I think the example I gave you was a half. Okay, oh, this is the bad one. Let's get the better one. Okay. Importantly, the numerator, that's better, is smaller than the denominator. Yes? Okay. Yeah. So what happens, what do we call it when the numerator is larger, if I had, say, 3/2? Yes? Good. So this is proper, improper. What was the last one? Yep. I'm like, mixed numerals. Okay, Howie, can you give me an example of one? Yes. Let's pay attention next time, and then this will not happen. Let's try this again. Mixed numerals. Let's try an example of one. Howie. Who can help me out? Yeah. 1.5. Great. That's 3/2. That's the improper fraction, and this is the equivalent mixed numeral. Okay. Great. So, proper fractions, improper fractions, mixed numerals. Great. Okay. Now we know what they are. We know how to write them. We know how to interpret them. Right. But now I want us to think about how do we order them. Okay. Now, sorry, I'm just rewriting because I used a bad wipe on mine for the first time. Maybe it looks worse now. We looked at ordering integers last term, didn't we? Okay, and all you needed to think about was, whole numbers, they're really easy to order, okay? When you add in a negative sign, you've got a sign that changes the direction of the number, okay? You just have to remember that even though this value might be larger, what effect does the negative have? How should I rearrange this so that the order is correct? Where would the -4 go? Yep, at the back. Yeah, it should go, it's the smallest of the lot, right? Even though the number is the largest, you need to remember that sign means it's going in the opposite direction. When you drew number lines, you learned how to do this, okay? That's all fine, okay? Whole numbers, integers, quite easy to order. Think about this, right? If you wanted 1 pi, or 2 pies, or 3 pies, which would be the best offer, right? Because I like pies. You're like, well, more pies equals more better, right? So you'd pick 3 pies, and that's simple. When you throw fractions in the mix, it becomes a little less clear. For instance, if I said, well, you can't have the whole pie, forget it. I want some of the pie too. I'll give you a choice, right? Suppose you can, oh, hold on. Oh, this is the bad one, sorry. You can have, now don't call out, just look at these for a second and think with me. You can have 2/5 of the pie, or you can have 3/7 of the pie, okay? Or maybe I'll give you 5/17 of the pie, okay? And I could go on and on. Now, we can work out which one is a better deal, right? Which one will give you more pie, and don't we all want more pie, okay? But it is certainly not as obvious as with the whole numbers. Why not? Why isn't it so clear? What's the difference? Yeah, Rashad.
Because that's not a whole number and you can't put it in order that easily.
Okay, good. Now, not being whole numbers, the particular thing that makes it harder to put these in order is these guys. These are what make them fractions, right? What did we call them again? The denominators? Now, the denominators are different.
How do you do it? It looks like you can do a circle and then dot.
It's magic. Okay, now, what do we just establish? Different denominators make a different size fraction. Okay? So, how can we order these? How can we work out which one of these is the best option for the pie? Or maybe if you dislike the pie, which one is the smallest? Okay? Tasting will not tell you how much there is.